Go ahead, Hutch.
Yes, Sam. Just what was the reaction in the locker room, and does it feel like you got a monkey off your back? I mean, I know you weren't part of the entire losing streak, but to get your first win.
The mood in the locker room was probably everything you might expect. The kids have gone for a long time without having the opportunity to win, and against a team, I mean, that's a ranked football team, I think they were 15, 16, somewhere in there. And for us to come in here in their place and win, it was a tremendous effort by the guys, and they were ecstatic. Hunter Yurchek gave me the game ball, so that'll be with me forever. But I don't know if the guys feel like pressure's off their back. I think they just looked at it as a new season. They want to win a game, and certainly they were tired of losing the SEC game.
Nikki.
Coach, talk about the guys who stepped up tonight in place of teammates that went down. You had Traylon Smith, Hudson Clark, Eric Gregory, just so many guys out there, who probably maybe wouldn't see the field that much. And then tonight they played a huge number of snaps.
Man, they played a huge number of reps. Again, Nikki, with this COVID, you had to play a lot of different kids during different times. We went into camp going, we're going to two-spot everything. So our fours are going to get the same amount of reps as our ones. And we felt like it might happen because of the virus. Well, we didn't necessarily think it would happen because of injuries, but it did tonight, and the kids were ready. And again, they did a great job preparing, and the coaching staff did a great job of preparing them.
Bob.
Sam, what'd you think of your defense? I guess it looked like you were dropping 8 all night, which LSU kept playing man last week. And the game plan Barry had, all the turnovers and the fourth down stops, if you could kind of just touch on all that.
We had watched, a couple of games from last year on Coach and his offense. And some teams that had played him had some success doing what we tried to do, so it was easy to find. And then Barry said, "This is what I want to do." He said, "Just keep reminding me to be patient." I said, "Okay." And all week, the kids believed that we could rally around the ball, make tackles, and for the most part tonight, that's exactly what we did. So, a little bit, it's a copycat league and a copycat world a little bit, but we copied some teams that had played them, that had success, used some things from them, and then certainly had our own input as well.
Scotty.
Hey, Sam. Davion Warren had a big night, probably the biggest of his career. Just how critical was he in the passing game? Kind of had the catch that, I don't know if it sealed the game late, but gave you a big first down with under 2 to go.
Yeah, he did a great job. We could have ran the clock off, but we got a personal foul, but we'll learn from that. But Davion's had good practices. It's just like anything else. You pretty much going to play like you practice, and the kids have bought into that, and he's had good practices. So it's not shocking or surprising to see him do well. It's just fun to watch him because he's a hard practicing, and a really great kid.
Tom.
Sam, you strike me as being pretty low-key about all this. I wonder if inside you're a little bit more excited than you are on the outside. And secondly, how big were the turnovers in this game? You start with Brooks's pick, and you wind up with a 4-2 margin in turnovers.
Well, and then you look at the fourth down that we stopped them late in the game. That was, to me, that's a turnover. Of course, they stopped us on 4th and goal as well, too. To be honest with you, I'm just really humbled. I mean, I'm just really proud of the team and of I mean what I say. I'm just proud for the state, and I really am. I'm just one guy. But am I proud that we beat Mississippi State? You're dang right.
Otis.
Costello had all the publicity coming in, but Felipe had a heck of a game. Talk about Felipe tonight.
He was tough. He made some key first downs, running the football as well. Our protection for the most part was pretty solid. Those kids they had gotten 7 sacks the week before. I don't know what we gave up. I need bigger print, Kyle, because I can't read, 3. Anyway, I thought our kids held up pretty good for him. He's tough, and we just we had the one fumble down there. I believe it was just one. I don't know. We lost it, but we got to do a better job there. But he's a good leader. He's a good quarterback. He'll only get better in this system, I believe.
Jason.
Hey, Coach, you touched on the state, and just I think everybody's worn this 20-game losing streak. Just how big is it for what you're trying to do with this program to just go ahead and get that now and build off of that with the fans and your team as you go forward with 8 games left in this season?
I think it's huge. I think it's huge for our team. I think it's huge for the season. Obviously, I think recruits will look at that and say, hey, I kind of wanted to go to Arkansas. Well, now, we've given them a reason to come on. But I think, hopefully it'll help us with the kids in state and different things of that nature. But I don't know. It's just it seems like winning tonight was a pretty big deal. It kind of feels that way. And again, I'm just really proud.
Rashad.
I don't even know if I answered this question.
Coach, obviously, seeing several players go to the locker room to have x-rays, or the x-ray room to be x-rayed, and then into the locker room. What's the update on them? Obviously, Rakeem Boyd, we saw him in a boot. Burks, Brown. I mean, it just seemed like a mass unit there at the half.
I have no idea. I really don't. I don't have any idea when the guys are going to be able to come back or not. Or I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think any of them were bad. I mean, I think they were, injuries, but, where they couldn't play. But I'm talking about season ending, I'm not. I'm so glad that Mo got up, Brown, and, he got dinged up a little bit. But other than that, I think we're going to be okay. I think it's, it might be a week, it might be 2 or whatever, but I don't think it's any of them are season ending, at least from what I was told.
Hey, Biddy.
Yeah, Coach, there were so many moments in this game that were just, very tight, like the 4th downs that you didn't convert. What was that like for you on the sidelines when there were so many, especially down towards the end, so many close moments where it could really just have gone either way?
I told our staff and our kids that if we got down there on fourth and goal, I was going for it. And because, to be honest with you, I felt like we might need to take some chances, now not on our own 20, but I felt like we could make it on 4th and 2. I think they just converted their first 3 or 4, on first down. And I knew if we didn't make it, a great chance we could stop them and not not let them get out of there. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of decision making. It seemed like, I don't know if it was or not, but sure did seem like it tonight.
Nate.
Sam, in the flashes at the up-tempo work, I mean, you feel that's really the kind of offense that you all can play and how effective it can be?
I don't know, Nate. We're not there yet on offense. Now part of it, we might have been playing some, but we shoot ourselves in the foot too much. We were better today than we were last week, but we just got to continue to polish up what we're doing. But I was proud of the O-line. I thought they strained and did a good job, but it's just our timing has to continue. And you could see it at times, Nate, where it was boom, 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 boom. And then you could see times when we'd go 3 and out and take 25 seconds off the clock, So we just got to continue to work and build on that.
Dorian.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, a program that's not used to winning a whole lot over the last couple seasons. I'm just wondering what you learned about your team going into Mississippi State, taking on a ranked team and coming out with a big win that's, a statement for you guys.
Our kids, they have all, since, and I don't know about the past, but they played hard this year. And, I learned that they're resilient. I mean, there was a lot of guys. I mean, a lot of guys went down tonight, and the next man stepped in and was ready to play. And they believe in us, and we certainly believe in them. And that's really fun to watch, and it's fun to coach them. And I'm an old, I'm hard on them, but I also love them. But it's just fun, to see them grow and start believing in themselves and things of that nature. It really has been, a fun process since I was fortunate enough to get the job.
Tom.
Sam, I'm wondering, were you surprised at all that Leach went so often on the fourth downs? And also, could you talk about two plays? The Brooks pick six, what you saw on that, and then the fourth down stuff down here that Jonathan Marshall broke through, how big those two plays were?
They were huge, both of them. I remember the last part of your question with Brooks. That was such a big momentum change early in the game. They were driving a little bit, and then Brooks and we talked about it all day. He said, "Hey, he's going to get impatient, and hopefully he'll throw us some," and he did. And then Brooks took it to the house, and then what a huge play on 4th and 1. We had shown them basically the same look, and then we did something else, and you have to give credit with Barry and his staff to make the call, but then the execution was unbelievable. And then I think the first part of your question was
it was about were you not surprised at all that Leach went so often on fourth downs? They were 4 of 6.
I wasn't surprised. I had a really good talk with him. I like him. He's got he's a really good coach, and I've always respected him. But I think that's just him, to be honest with you, and how he calls the game.
Trey Schapp.
Coach, obviously winning a game like this can only help recruiting. To win it this early in the season in a difficult recruiting environment, how big is that for you and the staff? And then second, how did that ice water feel at the end of the game?
Well, we'll find out how well it helps us in recruiting, I guess, but it certainly didn't hurt us. I can tell you that. The ice water, it was cold, remember when they had the bucket challenge or whatever about 5 or 6 years ago? It felt kind of like that. It was cold, but if I got out, I'd like them to douse me every week if that's the reason they're doing it.
Got time for a few more. Hutch.
Sam, you mentioned several guys had to step up. One of those was Hudson Clark at corner. What did you see out of him tonight?
Oh, I loved him. I mean, he played a really good game. To be honest with you, we have a meeting this morning. We had a meeting about playing the players, and Barry and Sam Carter, they were going to play him regardless if somebody got hurt or not. Said he had earned playing time. He was looking really good, and I agreed with him. So it was nice to see him, do some special things, be a huge part of a big win.
Jason.
Hey, Coach, just Barry, the game plan that you guys had with the 3 linemen today and him sticking with that throughout the game. I mean, was that the game plan all week, and then the ability to stay with that and not have to get out of that today?
Brooks probably helped him not get out of it, It was, it just said, hey, just keep reminding me, It was a great game plan, and it looked good on Monday. I mean, it did. It looked good on Monday, and we thought we could execute it and all that, and then he put a little twist in it here and there. But, I mean, Barry Odom, man, he's a good football. Kendall is, Scott is. Barry's really got those guys playing hard.
Russell.
Coach, I can hear screaming hog calls here in my neighborhood right outside my window. What would your message to the fans of this state and this football team be tonight?
Well, we're just happy that they believe in us. We've got a long, long way to go. But we are University of Arkansas, and we're supposed to win games. We're supposed to win SEC games now. How many we can win and all that, I don't know. I can't guarantee. I'm not a guy that can look in the future, but I do know this: at the University of Arkansas, you're supposed to win, and so that's what we're going to try to do. And I'm so happy that they're going to get to go and brag a little bit. They deserve it.
Two more, Scotty.
Hey, Sam, what can you say about Bumper and Grant? I think they combined for 35 tackles tonight, and Grant was a little banged up too.
Bumper had 20, Grant had 15, Catalan had 13, Zach Williams. Zach Williams done a nice job too, man. I'm really proud of him. But Bumper, tough, physical, found the ball. Grant did too. Grant beat up a little bit, and then he came back. But, 35 tackles, 22 of them, that's a pretty good night.
Last one, Bob.
Sorry, you gave me the unmute late. What do you think of Foucher's game with the 2 picks? And I think he got one of those tackles in the backfield on the 4th down stop too.
It just goes to show, Joe had missed a few days of practice, and we had started, Slush and Cat, and Blair, and he just stayed with it, man. And he knew he was going to get in the game, and then he came up big. I'm so happy for him, so proud of him, because it was bigger than him. It was about the team, and then he would try to go back and get his job back, but he just made it about the team. I'm so proud of him.
All right, that's going to wrap us up with Coach Pittman. We'll get Felipe and Bumper. We'll do them one at a time.